All right. Welcome to the
L.A.B Africa podcast.
So this is where we talk about life,
Art
and business. And I'm your host, Martinson.
And I'm Judah Domino.
And today we have a special guest in the building.
Yay!
She goes by the name...
I go by Lynn, but my full name is Linda Yeboah.
Linda Yeboah.
Linda Yeboah.
Known as Lynn. All right. Yeah. And so today, Lynn is the special feature on this podcast. We released an episode on cryptocurrency with Farooq, and you guys loved it. We got some calls. People wanted to know a bit more about the cryptocurrency. We said, right, let's do a follow up to this.
Yes.
And that is why Lynn is here today. Can you just tell a little bit about yourself so that our audience gets to know you?
Of course. Hi, everyone. I am Lynn, and I'm based in New York City, but I'm originally from Ghana. Well, my family's from here. And I grew up a little bit in Ghana and in Boston. And my background in school was computer science.
Cool.
So after school, I kind of worked in the tech industry for a bit, but now I work in the Web3 space.
Yeah.
All right. So before you continue, I think let the intro roll.
So today's discussion is about the NFT. So we on our last podcast with Farooq, we talked about NFT and how African artists are finding new ways in cashing in because there's so much talent, but little cash for the African talents. And today we have, I would call it an expert in that space. She's gonna help us understand and hopefully introduce some of us into that space and cash.
How you can make the money.
All right. So one thing that she didn't say though, she is one of the founders or the founder of Fufu Sapiens, which is an interesting name. I'm sure she will explain that too. Yes. It sounds like a local name, food we have here, but Fufu Sapien, and it is an NFT platform. Mostly with African arts, right, or African-inspired arts.
It's an NFT project. We're not a platform.
You're not okay.
Yeah.
So it's an NFT project, right?
Yeah.
And they are launching here in Ghana.
Yes.
When are you doing the launching?
Probably sometime at the end of this month. So sometime in May.
Cool. Yeah. So she's in town, and I was like, hey, let's have you on this podcast. Hopefully our audience get to learn, we get to learn, and we get to make some money at the end of the day.
That's very important. That's very important. That's key.
If you guys are going to observe, I've been saying money since the beginning of this podcast. We need cash. Okay.
Yeah, we all need cash.
So let's get to know a little bit more about you. You mentioned you grew up here. How was it like growing up? Tell us a bit about your background.
It was great. So I was born in New York.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't live there for very long.
Okay.
I lived there till I was 8 months, and then I moved here and I lived with my grandparents. My parents were still in the States, and it was great growing up in Ghana. I remember I went to Green Hill School.
Yeah.
Do you guys know that school?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. I went to it's in Dome or something. Yeah. So I went to school there, and when I was 9, I went back to the States.
Oh, okay.
And I went to high school there. I went to college there, and then right after college, I moved to New York because I don't know. I just knew that's where I was going after I finished school. Yeah. Yeah. I wanted to make my dreams happen. Yeah. It definitely is the city of dreams. It has like this energy that pushes you and drives you to just chase the stars.
Yeah.
That's good.
What was your inspiration growing up? Because there are few women going into the STEM, like science, maths, and the engineering field. What inspired you to want to venture into computer engineering and all of that?
So, to be honest, I honestly, growing up, I wanted to be in fashion.
Oh,
and, my parents kind of pushed me to be in tech. A little bit, yeah. So I think eventually I grew to love the space. Yeah, so my parents influenced me to kind of, Ghanaian parents. Either you're a doctor or some kind of engineer. So I kind of like went into that. I went into computer science in college, and then eventually I got a job at Morgan Stanley. And then afterwards, I was a consultant for a while because I wanted to travel. So I was a consultant for about 4 years. And now in my current position, I'm an ecosystem manager for a Web3 company. And what I do is I do a lot of kind of like program project management work. We outsource a lot of our work to different devs. So I kind of write about the features and integrations that we want to implement. And then I find devs to work on those features and integrations. And I manage them.
That's nice.
Yeah,
that's
cool. That's
cool. Yeah, that's really dope. So with looking at your background or what you do at work, like one would think like you do something close to what you do, because most of the time you find bankers going something which has to do with a financial institution. You understand? Like I know a banker who ended up starting a microcredit. Like it's still in the same kind of why NFTs
Well, so my current job isn't NFTs. My current job is still, I still use my technical background a bit, but with NFTs, I just got really fascinated about the space in general. I started my crypto journey in 2017. I started off like investing some of my money a little bit, and then I really started getting more interested in the space in 2020, and I think in May, I was living in Miami and I was meeting a lot of people in VC, and they were very excited about this tech, and they were investing money, and like they were talking about the returns, and I was like, I want to get more involved in this. So eventually I started doing my own research, and I was like, actually, I kind of want to like work in this space. So I started networking, and I started going into conferences, and I went to one particular conference in New York, and that's how I got my job. I kind of got hired on the spot.
Nice. Wow. That's cool. Yeah. This is just on a funny note, though. You mentioned your parents inspired you. Are you the firstborn?
I'm the firstborn, of course.
Okay, yeah, that's
yeah.
I think the first one has to be serious, and the second one can be an artist or something.
Yeah.
And the third one has to be serious too. So.
Okay. That was just by the way, anyway. Okay. Cool. You mentioned NFT, but why? Because now the Fufu. You started. Or Fufu. How do you pronounce it?
Fufu, whatever you want to say.
So guys, in case you're wondering, for those of you who are not from Ghana, so Fufu is the Ghanaian Fufu is from Nigerian Fufu, I believe.
Nigerian Fufu is yam.
Yes, so our Ghanaian Fufu, what we term as Fufu is cassava and not ripe plantain, the green plantain. Boiled together, mashed. And then mashed, or how do I call it? Crushed. And it forms some nice.
But it's an interesting name, Sapien and Fufu.
I mean, if you think of Fufu, right? Like you just explained it, but it's all the same concept. It's like a hard carb with some kind of sauce that you eat it with. Fufu it's like when I eat Nigerian Fufu, obviously it's not the same as the Ghanaian Fufu. It tastes more like banku to me. But like it's like kind of like the same thing. Like you're eating with your hands, hard carb, some kind of sauce or soup. But I chose the name Fufu because, look, we're all talking about it. It's catchy, and I feel like Fufu is like eaten all around the continent, even if like the African country doesn't like call it Fufu. I was in Tanzania, and I forgot what it even was called. I think it starts with a D. And I was eating it, and I was like, "This is Fufu." It was like some kind of carb and a sauce, and it was. So delicious. And so, I picked Fufu because if you think of how Fufu is prepared, especially in Ghana, it's not usually just one like traditional fufu is not made by one person. Someone's like, flipping it, someone's like pounding it. And usually like people eat fufu as a group.
Okay.
I enjoy it the most when it's like eaten like as a group and like and I feel
when
like
I saw that I was gonna ask her, you're a fufu person, but I was waiting for that. But she mentioned it.
Absolutely. I love fufu. I wish I could eat some right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
But yeah, fufu unites people in a way if you think about it. It takes some kind of like collaboration to make the food and eating it as well.
That's nice. Yeah.
And also everybody knows fufu in Ghana.
Everybody knows fufu in Ghana. And that's good. That's good. So why did you choose to bring it to Ghana? Like, because it's African focus, Ghana first. Why did you?
I wouldn't call it Ghana first. I would say African first. I mean, like, okay. I'm Ghanaian, so it makes sense for me to start here.
Yeah, this is where reading your project and it sounds like you were going to be doing some fans. Sorry, you be as part of the project, part of the what do you call it?
Utility.
Will support projects here in Ghana first. That's what I saw. So
yes.
That's what I'm saying.
So we're starting off with donating a percentage of our proceeds to a school in Ghana to teach the the youth about blockchain technology. So yes, you're right in that sense.
Okay.
But it's an all African project. Yeah. And I started with NFTs because I kind of based it on my own experience in getting into the space. It actually requires some research. If you want to purchase, do you guys own any NFTs?
No, I don't. I have an NFT.
You put an NFT.
I put an NFT just to try it out.
Oh, nice.
I just wrote a poem and then just took a screenshot. Back in when the hype was more, when anything sells. So I just did a screenshot and I just put it out there just to see
that was my first experience too. I had like this old picture and I minted it on the blockchain. One of my friends bought it as a joke. So that was pretty funny. I made like $300 from that.
Oh, nice.
And I paid minting it. I think I paid like $100
that's expensive for minting
to put it on the blockchain. Yeah, I didn't know much.
Oh, okay.
So I minted it at the wrong time.
Yeah. Which platform was that though?
OpenSea.
Yeah, because I also did OpenSea, but I didn't use the one that you have to pay for the gas fees.
Oh.
Yeah, there's one that uses it at Lean or it's something.
Yeah, Ethereum.
Ethereum.
No, you have to pay for gas.
There's one that you don't pay for
it's
gas.
not Ethereum though.
There's one you don't pay for gas. I did that one.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Is it Poly? Something.
Polygon is really cheap. You probably paid, but it was like really, really cheap. And maybe you probably didn't know.
I didn't pay for it.
Okay. I'll go look at your transactions on the blockchain to see.
What's the goal for the Fufu Sapiens?
So the goal for Fufu Sapiens is to onboard Africans into Web3. Like I said, I wanted to give Africans a really hands-on experience into the space. As mentioned, buying an NFT requires a lot of work and research, from setting up your wallet and then setting up an account on an NFT marketplace such as OpenSea, purchasing the NFT, making sure that you're connected to the right chain that the NFT is offered on. And as you're ready to buy the NFT, you realize you don't have enough money to pay for the gas. So so it requires like some work. So I thought going the NFT route would be such a great way to give the youth, especially in Africa, a hands-on experience into the space. All
right, let me ask this because very recently we went to an art gallery and art exhibition. And like people are doing amazing stuff, like really crazy stuff. So the Fufu Sapien, is it for the youth or for people to be able to buy artworks? I'm asking for the normal general.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Or can artists in Ghana also kind of like sell their products or their paintings and
yeah, absolutely. So we're not an NFT marketplace. So we're not a platform. We're not like OpenSea where it's a platform where you're listing your NFTs. We're an NFT project. So we're selling our artwork. We're selling the NFTs, and I work with 3 artists on this project. So we're selling the art, but we're also offering something behind the art that we're selling.
Okay. Yeah, that was the question I was coming to. The artists. Who are these artists you're working with?
I found all my artists online on Twitter actually. Okay. Our lead artist, her name is Josephina. She goes by Jo usually. Okay. And we have Desmond, and then we have Max, and they're all really incredible, talented digital artists, and I'm so privileged and thankful that I'm able to work with them.
Okay. Are they based on the continent or outside the continent?
They're in Ghana, yeah. Oh, I met them. I met them for the first time a day after my birthday. Yeah, it was great. And I don't know if you guys have seen like the avatar that I use. Yeah, Josephina gave that to me for my birthday. Yeah, it was really nice.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
You haven't seen it, don't worry. I will tell you.
It's really nice. It looks like me, right? A little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice. Yeah, it's on Twitter, right?
Yeah, it's on Twitter. So yeah, it's on Twitter.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the artists.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's nice. Yeah. So, is there space for more artists to be on this project? How is it like?
Absolutely. So, this our I guess like our name or like the name of like who we are is Fufu Sapiens, but that's not the name of like the collection that we're releasing. Okay. The collection that we're releasing is the Shaka Zulu collection. Okay. So we're releasing a collection of 4,520 NFTs, and the theme of that is Shaka Zulu African Warrior NFTs.
4,000.
Yeah, 4,000. Yeah. People usually release 10,000. 4,000 is like, it's pretty good. It's like a decent size,
Wow.
Yeah.
They're really nice artwork though.
Yeah.
I've seen some of them. The one on the...
Yeah, wait till you see the ones we haven't showed. They're really, really cool, yeah.
Okay,
so I think...
So are these artists working together, or they are working on different arts and I put it in there?
No, they're working together.
Okay.
Yeah. They're working together. We kind of like broke up everyone's roles and responsibilities, and they all worked on the accessories. They worked on the layers together. The rendering. I'm not an artist, so I can't. But just from like, I can speak on just from what we worked on. Yeah.
That's good.
I'd like to talk about acquiring one. If I want to acquire one,
absolutely.
How expensive or how
what's the process? What's the process? Yes.
Well, it's 0.015 Ethereum. I don't know what the cost of Ethereum is right now, but if I had to guess, so the USD is like $48.
Okay.
$40.
Like maybe like $48, $50 for the NFT. And then obviously, of course, you have to pay for gas. So don't worry, we're gonna try to release it at a time where gas is very cheap. Yeah. So if you want to purchase an NFT, I mean, it's open to everyone, but if you want to get on the pre-sale, join our community. Reach out to us on Twitter or on Discord. We do a lot of giveaways. Whitelist giveaways. We've actually given out some NFTs too. I think 8 right now.
Guys, are you listening?
Yeah.
Giveaways.
You just have to participate. You just have to participate. Yeah. I mean, I love free stuff.
Okay. So talking about NFT. So prior to you coming on, I decided to go more into like what's happening in the NFT space. And so the guy who bought Beeple's artwork, right? He was revealed. He's an Indian guy who had never stepped foot in an art gallery before, and then bought the artwork for about $69 million, right?
Yeah.
so to the right now, to the ordinary person, right, who maybe loves arts, is not necessarily really into crypto, but loves arts and has seen the benefit of arts, and its profit. Why should he buy an NFT art? Like, they get it.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think there's different people who buy these NFTs, right? Some people buy NFTs because they like the art. They just like the art. They think it looks cool. It doesn't offer them any sort of access to anything. And why not? I see a lot of art around here. But like besides you liking it and it looking nice in your space, like what else does it offer you? You just like it because it's a cool looking art piece, and that's how some people feel when they buy NFTs. That we've been able to give value to these things. So some people just buy NFTs because they just like the art. But on another hand, some people also buy NFTs because of the access that it gives them. With the Fufu Sapiens Project, we're not just like a piece of art. We also give you access if you own our NFT and if you're one of our NFT holders. So some of the things that we offer is free education to our NFT holders. We also will be giving merchandise to our NFT holders. They have to purchase it on our website, of course, at a discounted rate. And
it was free.
At a discounted rate. And eventually, we also kind of want to have kind of a space where our NFT holders, only exclusive to just our NFT holders, and they can come there and just, vibe or like network.
So like a club?
Yeah, kind of like a club, kind of like a Soho house, but in Ghana, yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah, and we're also doing charity, and eventually, one of our big goals is to launch a token, of course.
Okay. So what about the possibility of art resale? Because there's a profit in that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So what is, to a person who probably wants to buy an art and in the hopes of selling it in the future for a little bit more profit, what is there? And then especially for the artists joining that project, because from what I understand, from every sale you get a percentage
royalties,
royalties of it. So like, can you explain that a bit more for us?
So I think you have two questions.
So to the two questions. The first question is to the person buying the art, who hopes to sell it. What are the possibilities of reselling Fufu Sapien or the Shaka Zulu art?
I mean, yeah, of course. It's you can buy it and sell it the next day, or you can buy it and sell it within that's on your discretion on when you want to sell the art. Some people buy NFTs just to flip them. They buy it, once it goes up, they flip. And some people buy it, like I said, because they like the art and it looks cool. And some people buy it because of some kind of access. So the possibilities of selling the NFT is endless. It depends on if you're are you actually going to profit from this?
Yeah. And then the profit part for the artists being part of that project.
Any time an NFT is traded, I say traded, but someone sells an NFT, same thing. We get a percentage of that trade.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's where the ownership with NFTs come in. Okay. If someone's buying it, we get a percentage of we get the price of the mint, which is the 0.015.
Okay.
And then anytime it's traded, we get a percentage of the royalties. So even if 20 years from now, someone trades that NFT, we'll still get a percentage.
And then the artists get the percentage.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
I'm just...
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All my questions are for the people who don't know much about this NFT thing. So, Because I know people will call me and ask me, like, yo, dude, you guys were talking too much, like, out there. How would the price go high? So let's say I buy it today and it was let's say $40. Because someone called me after the Farooq one and was like, yo, how do I make money? Like, you guys, like, I've said a lot, like, I need step by step. So, like, I want to know, like, how, what is the...
Well, it's just like, it's just like anything, right? The more people buy, the higher the price goes. Yeah. So the more we're selling out and the more people are buying it, the higher the price of the NFT goes, which is why for an NFT project to be successful, it really depends on the community and the people that support it and the people that buy it.
Okay. So is it like I keep asking this question because I know somebody will call me. when the name of the artist goes, like, let's say Picasso, does it also affect the price of so the more your brand, as in the Fufu Sapiens?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. If one of my artists becomes like Picasso, yes, I mean, we'll be all rich at the point.
So guys, there you have it. So that's the more reason why you should buy it.
Yeah.
When it launches, yeah.
I would say my artists are like Picasso though. They're awesome.
Yeah. That's good. I mean, there's so many questions, but we don't want to prolong this.
Yeah.
And then it's also because you are more into the engineering space than in the art space. I'm an artist, so I do have a lot of questions for the art space. But one question was that came up with NFT is the fact that NFT kind of takes away the middleman in arts, or the selling of art, and gives the power to the artist. How does Fufu Sapien does that for the artist?
Well, so that's anything with that's like blockchain, right?
Yeah.
So blockchain kind of takes away. It's like a decentralized banking system.
Yeah.
If you think of it that way. And the reason why NFTs are, really giving artists back the ownership is because you're able to trace back where that NFT originated from. So even if you take a screenshot of like the Fufu Sapiens NFT, like it's not real, it's fake.
Yeah.
It's the real picture that you screenshotted, but it's not the one that was stored on the blockchain. Yes. And yes, this gives artists back ownership because as long as it's traded, they'll always make money on it.
Yeah. How is Fufu Sapien doing that for the artists?
They'll be gaining a percentage of the royalties. Yeah.
Could it be shared on the platform, or that one is for the...
I wouldn't like to share that, but I think the royalties that we put in place is 5%.
Okay.
Not for all the artists. I'm just saying for like any trade that's ever made, the fee that's charged is 5%.
Okay.
Let's talk about the launch. For me, I hope there'll be food. Before we get to the food part, let's talk about the serious stuff. Tell us about the launch.
So we actually we wanted to launch earlier, a little earlier. So we wanted to launch sometime in April, but we kind of wanted to grow our community a little bit more before launching. So we're hoping that we'll launch at the end of this month, so in May. And I mean, I don't have any plans for the launch. Maybe like we'll do like some kind of launch party or something. There's no specific date, but we'll update you. Follow us on Twitter and Discord and keep up to date.
I want to be there. Hopefully,
I also want to be there
of the launch.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So
but there's no date yet.
There's no date yet. I think sometime this month though. Probably towards the end. You'll be the first to know.
Sure, I look forward to that. And then item 13, right? Oh man, you've been out of this country for a long time.
First question I asked before there,
So item 13 is the refreshments.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when you go to a program, you know, there's a list of the item list on what you're going to be doing. Introduction, chairman speaks, and then refreshment is number 13. So item 13.
The one for communication.
Okay. So so boys like item 13. So
nice. I'll make sure there's some item 13.
Yeah.
During the lunch. Yeah, of course.
Sure. Yeah. Cool. So there will be sales during that time. That's why it will be open for
you can't really do sales during a launch. Because I don't know, everyone's like on their computers trying to buy the NFT.
Okay.
Maybe it's like a bit weird. But I'll take that into consideration, but that's not how I planned it. I think I was like planning to maybe launch the project and then like have a party the next day or maybe the day before. Or only like have a party just for our holders in Ghana.
Okay. So one thing I saw, this is suggestion, since you're still thinking about how you're going to do this, so was I saw one NFT project like that launched, and then at the end of it, just that same day, there was like a party after, and there was an auction.
Yeah, I was also thinking of an auction.
So the auction had a different price.
Right.
After that, there was a normal sales of the item, and then I think someone bought an NFT called, I've forgotten the name, this green image kind of thing, for $500,000.
Oh wow!
$500,000. The same guy who bought people's art.
Wow.
Yeah, he was in the crowd. People didn't know he was there until he bought the art, and they were like, "Oh, who is this guy?"
Wow.
Yeah. So you could probably do something like that, like a auction of.
That's a great idea. Yeah, thanks.
And who are your targets, Margaret? Which people are you targeting?
Mainly because our utility is like education first and foremost, and you know, the goal of Fufu Sapiens is like to onboard Africans into Web3 and pushing Africa forward. I think it's more of Africans who are interested in learning about the space.
Okay.
Like more young guys or much more older folks?
Well, older folks can learn about the space too, right? So, yeah.
The more reason why I'm asking is because like the young guys love it, but may not be able to afford it.
Yeah.
The older folks may not like it, but they can afford it. So then that's the more reason I ask. Yeah.
Okay, so before we kind of get to the end and we'll be wrapping up, I'm interested in the projects you'll be doing with the proceeds. You know, how do you envision and how do you hope to expand it, because you hope to do it across the continent? So
right. So I think that that's still something, you know, we're trying to figure out, but I envision that, you know, we can have some sort of team on campuses and in universities where we can teach the youth about the space.
Okay.
Yeah.
Free, people can.
Yeah, free. Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. And would it be an opportunity for them to not just learn, but also probably be part of some of the projects you guys are doing?
Yeah, of course. I think we're definitely open to collaboration. That's also a goal that we have with this project, collaborating with other artists, people who also want to maybe launch their own NFT project eventually. We kind of want to help them and coach them into how they can do this as well. And I see Fufu Sapiens going very far. Maybe we'll get some devs on there as well. And yeah.
Because that was actually the last question I was going to ask. Where do you see Fufu Sapiens going?
I see going far if all goes well. I see us becoming, hopefully, a blue chip NFT in Africa.
Nice.
No, I should say I see us becoming a blue chip NFT in Africa. I should just manifest that.
So is the headquarters here in Ghana or in New York?
New York.
I would say it's here.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say it's here. Yeah, I'm also a digital. Sorry.
I'm saying we win this one.
Oh, yeah, of course. I would say I'm a digital nomad. I actually don't live anywhere right now. I'm just kind of moving around, at least for the summer, and I'll probably go back. I'll go back to New York, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's nice. And eventually, hopefully, when the Fufu Sapiens is growing bigger, you probably be living here in Ghana with it.
Part-time.
She loves the state.
I love Ghana too. I just can't eat that much fufu all the
time.
All right, good. So, Judah, do you have any more questions for her? Then?
For me, I just want to say, like, it's really amazing.
Yeah.
What you're doing, and I think the education part will go a long way for a lot of artists here. Because when we went to art gallery, like it was mad, like. Yeah. Seeing the amazing
really incredible
works and stuff, and I would like to know. Okay, this is another question. Fufu Sapiens, can you guys please get an NFT for artists, like musical artists and stuff? Are you guys thinking about that one too?
We haven't thought about that, but that's
please do. And when you do, please call us.
Yeah, of course.
We'd like to work on that project with you. Yeah, because it's like I say, like there's so much talent when it comes to art. Here in Ghana, be it musically, be it even sculpture works and paintings and all that, visuals and all that. So it's amazing to start projects like this, and I'm happy that the headquarters is here and there are a lot of Ghanaians on board of it with it. So it's amazing.
Yeah, that's good. So I mean, just the same that you're doing. For me, I think I see this as a way of giving back to the community, and which is really great. And I'm really praying and hoping it goes further, and then hopefully get more artists. Because, like I said from the beginning, there's so much talent, yet little cash, and this talent needs to be turned into money. That's what the African, because unfortunately there's the unemployment rate in this country or across the country is huge, and these are some of the platforms or ways that we could harness the talent that we have and make a living.
It's crazy. I think the number is like only 10% of kids who graduate from university get a job. Only 10%. That's very insane to me. And I'm hoping with Fufu Sapiens we can start to change that a little bit.
But artists can also have PAs and all that to do with their NFTs for them, what they think about their paintings and stuff.
Thanks so much for making it today.
Thanks for having me.
And then it's been great. It's been nice. It's been awesome meeting Lynn and talking about Fufu Sapien, the project which will be launching soon. We hope to get to know the date, and we'll put the date. If the date comes soon, we'll add it to the description in the podcast, and then on the YouTube as well. And then hopefully maybe we'll have it on the Instagram as well, the L.A.B Africa podcast. So if you liked it, please then give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this and content like this on the Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, on Anchor FM.
Tell them.
So
how do people get in touch with you?
Yes, so we are Fufu Sapiens on Twitter. Once you get to our Twitter, you can find our Discord link. We also have a YouTube channel. We're also Fufu Sapiens on Instagram as well.
Cool. All right. So we'll attach these links as well in the description. Thanks again. And like we always say, let's make Africa great again.
Yay.
Peace.